Doctor. We're going to talk about America.
America!
Fuck yeah!
Coming to save the motherfucking day.
America! Fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way. Yeah.
That movie is such a masterclass on fucking the way that probably America is seen throughout the world, I think.
You know, it's funny you say that. Deacon mentioned it to me the other day about how, like, this soccer thing that's going on, the World Cup, whatever the fuck it is, I don't know anything about soccer, but how that's kind of like bringing people together. And I had no idea what he was talking about because I just thought it's soccer. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm an American, I don't give a shit about soccer.
Yeah.
And like the next day I was perusing TikTok and I'm finding literally hundreds of videos of people from different countries visiting America and basically apologizing to us.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, we misjudged you. Like, you guys have amazing culture and your food is great. And Walmart, holy shit, Walmart. Like,
yeah.
And it's crazy for us to think about because it's normal to us to go to Walmart or to eat barbecue or biscuits and gravy.
So normal that it's fucking like you hate it. I hate going to Walmart.
Yeah.
I hate going to Walmart. It's the worst. But it is so convenient that everybody goes.
It is mega convenient. So like, and I was balls deep into these videos because it was such a culture shock to think about other people don't have Walmart and people don't have Southern barbecue or biscuits and gravy or Buc-ee's or whatever it is, and then seeing these Europeans that are finally looking at us and going, we've been saying you have no culture for forever, but being here we realize we're wrong.
Yeah, I was looking at a bunch of probably the same videos, and I mean I got trapped down the rabbit hole of watching Europeans eat American food for the first time.
Yeah.
So I was like eating fried chicken and eating like biscuits and gravy and just being blown away. But like some of them were even talking about like them living abroad, living in like somewhere in Europe, France or Spain or whatever, and thinking about America, not understanding how big America is, how big the United States is. And they were like, you have to think of each one of their states is the size of the countries in Europe. So like America is such a vastly different place, like from one coast to the other, that there's so many different cultures in between, subcultures in between.
Absolutely.
And so a lot of them were saying that they were just, taken aback by like the huge diversity of what America really is.
Yeah.
So that was refreshing to see people like, and it's one of those things that like the Walmart thing, us as Americans kind of take for granted that that's just the way that it is, but that's not that's not how it is everywhere. So it's refreshing to see these people discovering that about America and then being like, oh yeah, okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess America, it really is. Because, like, a lot of people who especially live in America take that for granted, and you see it on social media how, like, Americans hate America because we're Nazis.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that word. Or fascists or or whatever, and it's like
capitalist speak.
So like they'll ask them, do you think America is a great country? No. Where's a better place? Canada. Why? I don't know.
No, I can answer that. It's because they don't have Trump. That's the perception of it, regardless of if it's reality or not. Is people just they see Trump and they equate Trump as the quintessential American.
Yeah.
Or whoever's in power at the time. That's kind of the way they look at it. Where it's like, when Biden was in office, they probably looked at us all as like incompetent, doddering old men. It's just not reality.
Yeah.
And to further your point, I saw somebody talk about you could drive across these 6 European countries and it takes this amount of distance. Now, if you were to put that from one end to the other of Texas, you would still be in Texas if you drove that distance.
Yeah.
So it's like our land mass is just enormous compared to European countries. And like you said, there's all this diverse culture. Like New York culture versus Austin culture is not even close to the same. Or Miami versus North Dakota. Like, we're vastly different people from state to state, and even sometimes from county to county.
Vegas to Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Even Salt Lake County to people who live, in
Tooele
County are honestly really, really different.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you'd see how I'm dressed, and you'd see somebody from, like, say, Grantsville, and you're going to assume they're wearing, like, cowboy boots and jeans, and, you know what I mean? They're going to have more of that, like, cowboy aesthetic versus I'm a little more city,
Yeah.
So just looking at that diversity from our own lens, how do we expect people from other countries to be able to look at us as different people when all they see is just like what's popular?
Yeah.
So that's been an interesting culture shock, not just for them but for us, to kind of like you said, you get to the point where you hate going to Walmart.
Yeah.
But it is super convenient.
It is super inconvenient, and to go to a place that doesn't have something like that.
You'd be like, what do you mean I can't get a pack of underwear and celery at the same place? This is dog shit.
I got some celery, some underwear, and a lawnmower here in my car. And you don't even have to go. You just fucking punch it in online and just fucking pick it up.
Yeah. You could have that shit delivered to you.
Super convenient. Hate going inside.
Not a fan of it.
Yeah. So me and my wife used to go, this is back like way before COVID. Well, some of the stores were still open 24 hours, that was a thing back then. Most Walmarts were 24 hours. Mm-hmm. And so like we'd go in there at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we might have been super stoned at the time. We might have not. I'm not going to say that we were or weren't. We meaning me, mostly, not her.
Somebody had to drive.
But we'd go there and just like walk around and find stupid shit, the most crazy, weird shit we could find, and watch all the weird, crazy people that were there at 2 in the morning like us.
Yeah.
Entertainment.
Except they were probably wearing pajamas and shit.
Yeah. We'd go to the $5 DVD bin and find the dumbest fucking movies that we could find.
That was my jam, dude.
America, dude.
I didn't even like sift through it. I just stick my fucking arm down in there.
It looks like we're watching Pumpkinhead 3.
Tight. Let's grab some beer. So do you think America is a place or an ideal? Like, could we have the same culture we have anywhere in the world?
I think it's possible. Granted, America has been America for 250 years, but the change that it's over those years, it's changed so much, and even just the idea, I think, of America has changed over that time so much. I do think that it's possible, but it might take 250 years for that other place to evolve into something like that. I
think it would happen a lot faster because we live in an extremely fast age.
True.
Where if you transplanted 100,000 Americans into England, that motherfucker would be like Utah in a week.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to call it petrol anymore, by the way. It's gas.
It's gasoline. Need some gas.
We're going to have to take down this village of cottages and put a Walmart right there because it's one-stop shopping.
Yeah, maybe some apartments.
Apartments fucking everywhere. I think we would appropriate our culture into another place in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But that's only part of the American ideal is capitalism.
I think it would take the right people, because there's a lot of people who are driven by the American dream and really go after it, and then there's a huge part of the population who just kind of rides along. Mm-hmm. And so if you had the right mixture of people that are going over there that want to push for something more, then instead of just accepting the status quo,
Yeah.
you'd probably see that development really quickly.
So with that phrase, the American dream, do you think that's still a real thing?
Yes. I think we have to define what the American dream is, though. Like,
That's the ticket.
the classic, to me, the classic term American dream means that you can get a house, get a car, raise your family in comfort, and pretty much pursue whatever it is that you want to pursue. I do believe that it is possible still. I do think that it is a lot harder now, just with inflation and the way that things are driven by price, and prices are going up and up and up, and wages really aren't staying super competitive. So,
Come on, 6% market value. Fucking assholes.
I do think that it's possible, but on the other hand, to achieve that, you really do have to, I think, work a little harder than previously.
See, I agree with you about the classic American dream is you should be able to raise a family on a single income and be able to afford to buy a home and a car and take care of your kids and still not have to murder yourself at work to make ends meet. Can we do it now? No. That's why I think the American dream has changed from making a living, a comfortable living, working reasonably, to we have this like hustle culture now to where it's mutated that from just like a nice, comfortable living into we have to work hard and hustle to make millions. We want to be rich. I think that's more the American dream now.
Yeah.
And with social media, we have too many people who have become millionaires who shouldn't be fucking millionaires.
Yeah.
And that really ruins the perception of what being a millionaire is. Because you think about like the internet alpha males, all these wannabe fucking losers that are doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, none of them are as rich as they say they are. But if you've got a couple $1 million in the bank, you're good.
Yeah.
You know?
Should be.
But
As long as you're not buying like $100,000 watches and shit like that.
yeah, or $10,000 worth of steroids every month.
Yeah.
You know? But it's like, that's kind of become the American dream, is to break out on the internet specifically because it requires like very little talent and no skill.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen people go viral with a single video, like the guy skateboarding while drinking a cranberry juice.
Yeah.
I don't know how much he made, but he was mega popular there for a minute.
Yeah.
That's become the new American dream, is to be able to make a shitload of money by having no skills, no education, no talent. That's the American dream now.
Yeah. The thing that like has really it makes sense to me to try to do that, because I understand that if you make a decent amount of money on something, you can take that money and turn it into a shitload of money really quick.
Absolutely.
And it takes money to make money. And so it's like, if you can do something that's might just be like a flash in the pan type thing, get a decent amount of money built up really quickly, you can take that money and then build something else. And I think, to me, that's really how the American dream has changed for me, is like, you do still have that opportunity to make something out of literally nothing very quickly if you get lucky enough, or if you do the right things to get into that, like, that situation.
Yeah.
So there's like people who really go after shit and they are very successful very quickly, and then there's people who kind of just stay in the same lane for the whole time and then complain about not moving anywhere else.
I agree.
It's like to me, when you say that, you know, you should be able to survive off of one income, you really should. But I don't think that you should expect to make that livable wage at somewhere like McDonald's or like working as
I agree.
a person who stocks the shelves at Walmart or whatever. Those are kind of entry-level positions, and they need to be kept that way so that people will still try to advance, like, in their careers. And most people are just, they don't want to take that step of advancement, and so...
Yeah, and I think about it like where we work. When we got hired on, the average person was making $8 or $9 an hour, and full pay there for us at the time was like 24, 25, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. Like, we were making good fucking money.
Oh, yeah.
And then a lot of, well, I mean, COVID happened and inflation really kicked everybody in the balls, but this idea that we have to raise minimum wage to be competitive with the market doesn't sit well with me, because, like you said, you have to have these entry-level jobs to work to build your rep, essentially, to where you can get a higher paying job.
Yeah.
And for me, like, going through my late teens and my 20s, working shit jobs for shit wages, and then in my 30s, I got a good paying job. Like, that was great. I feel like I earned that. You know, working jobs where I made $14 or $15 an hour, and I'm getting by, but I'm not doing great, and then getting a job where now I'm doing great because I fucking earned that. And trying to eliminate that step also eliminates work ethic and pride in your work.
Right.
Which is why we get so many kids who start where we work and they're just spoiled, entitled brats.
Yeah.
And they pussy-ache about fucking everything.
Yeah. I'm only making $31 an hour right now.
This is fucking bullshit. You expect me to do my job for $31 an hour?
You know, the first job that I ever had was I worked at Leatherby's as a dishwasher and a busser, and I made $4.75 an hour.
And you still worked hard at it, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Got promoted pretty quickly to an ice cream dispenser, so I was scooping the ice cream.
You're like, see that? That is
I think by
right
then
there.
I was making $5.25. I had gotten a 50-cent raise, and then, like, shortly after high school, I started working as a delivery driver, and I was like $10 an hour, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
We're rolling in it.
Back then, this was like about 2000 maybe, year 2000, 1999 probably. And so I was like, you know, had the fucking polo swag and shit on. Thought I was fucking pimping. But that, you know, that was the natural going after something that was more, because I wanted to be able to support myself, and I was able to pay for the things that I wanted and pay for the things that I needed with that wage. I wasn't like living in my own apartment or anything like that, so I didn't have to pay rent or a mortgage or something like that, but I knew that if I wanted to do those things, I had to find something better. And so it was like you know, to me, I feel like that's the natural progression of like, okay, this job right now is okay for now, but I'm looking for something more. And I didn't go to college. I'm one of those dumb kids that didn't think school was important. Now with the internet, I really don't think that school is super necessary unless you want to be like a actual fucking doctor.
Losers. You know, it's so much easier if you just like start a podcast and just call yourself a doctor. You just skip 7 years of school right there.
And if I ever have to do brain surgery, I'm probably pretty sure there's some videos on the internet that can show me how to do it.
University of YouTube, baby.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Yeah.
What does this do?
Oh, tight. Write that down in my notebook.
Hey, lean your face right over there.
So yeah, I think that the idea of the American dream is still possible, but you really do have to work a little harder than normal. Just to put it in context, my dad, before he passed away, would tell me things, you know, like old people do, you know, tell stories from when they were younger and shit. He said he bought his first house out here in West Jordan, just right out here, and it was like he bought his first house for $22,000.
Probably making $3 an hour.
probably 73 or 74, so 50 years ago. Now that same house would probably sell for $500,000. Easy.
Yeah.
So that is what, like a 900% increase in value or some shit like that? Which is like, is that inflation, all inflation, or is that just like price gouging on the market, or what is that?
Yeah, inflation, devaluing the dollar all the time. There's a lot of factors that go into it. Really, a lot of it just comes down to the government just fucks us over.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. Because it's like, if you look at like the cost of living from, let's say, the 19th century, you know, and up into the 20th century, like when pennies were like $10 bills, you know, where it was like, if you needed a bag of flour, it was, you know, it was a penny or a nickel or whatever. And then you go to the store right now and you buy a bag of flour, it's $5. It's just, the inflation grows over time, but we have gaps like from 2020 to 2025 where inflation just shoots way up, but it never goes back down.
Yeah.
Like the cost of things go up, but it never retreats.
Yeah.
Unless there's a market crash. Like in '08 with the housing market, houses were pretty stable, and then there was a crash, and a lot of people lost their homes. Shitloads of short sales and things like that, so people could buy a house for almost half price. Mm-hmm. And then from there, it went back up and up and up. And then we had COVID, and then for some reason, housing prices skyrocketed. Because I remember I bought my house in 2016, it was $211,000. And then when we sold in 2022, it was like, I think we got $445, $450, somewhere around there. I can't remember the exact number.
It just doubled in like 6 years.
Yeah, and I did not have that kind of equity in it.
Yeah.
Like, the first 6 years, you're paying all fucking interest.
Oh, yeah.
Very little principal.
Yeah.
I think when we had sold it, we had paid about $16,000 of principal. And the rest was just all interest.
Yeah.
So just looking at that and how much you built in equity just by market value going up shows that the housing market was like artificially inflated.
Yeah. I don't know how much it was artificially inflated or it was supply and demand. So like during COVID was a mass exodus of people from California that were selling their homes that were valued at, say, $900,000 and moving to somewhere like Salt Lake where they could buy this nice house with a nice property for half the money that they just made off of the sale of their house in California. And so there was a huge mass migration of people that moved here during that time. And so you've got a limited number of houses for sale in this area, in this market. And so they see a house for $200,000. Now you've got 100 people bidding on this house. It's going to drive the price up. Yeah. So like the price is just skyrocketed by people who are willing to pay cash on a short sale or on, you know, whatever people were asking for it. And my brother's a real estate agent. He was saying people were just getting they would sell their house like 3 days on the market. It would be sold cash. Mm-hmm. And so I can see how the supply and demand type thing drove prices up. But again, prices haven't come back down.
No. Well, there's two other force multipliers with that. One is the Airbnb deal. Mm-hmm. People buying up houses just to turn them into Airbnbs, which I'm not against it, but I am at the same time because, yeah, that's great. When you go on vacation, you can rent an Airbnb and it's got a pool and all your amenities and you don't have to stay in a shitty hotel. But the other part is you are destroying the economy for regular people.
Yeah.
And then the other one is these large companies buying up single-family homes, which I think should be completely illegal, like BlackRock.
Why the fuck?
That's horseshit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if a company is worth over, let's say, $50 billion in equitable cash, like you should be banned from buying a single-family home. Period.
Yeah.
Go build an apartment building.
Yeah.
But
buy the property and build complex.
So those are the three things that really just absolutely destroyed the housing market.
Yeah, I think that's what people need to really understand is like, and really be opposed to and really vote against, like these big corporations that are buying up every single property and then renting them out, because they don't sell them, they rent them.
Yeah.
And so they just want to keep everybody in this perpetual cycle of
being broke.
Consumerism, where it's like you don't own it, you just pay for it.
Yeah.
For the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. Like, we want to keep getting money until you die, and then we'll try to get more money out of you after you die.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that that's a huge part of it. I think that should totally be illegal, and hopefully with these new bills that are coming out, they're being making that illegal.
That is one thing that, love Trump or hate him, I don't care. I'm not on one side or the other. There are things that he's doing that I 100% agree with. No tax on overtime being a big one, especially with this year where we're just getting destroyed on overtime.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much everybody is going to finish the year with 400 or 500 hours, easy.
Oh, yeah.
So, not being taxed extra on that is very valuable in my book. Passing the savings on to the taxpayers is super important to me. Especially with like the Doge thing that came out and seeing how much of our tax dollars just get wasted.
Yeah.
And that's on top of looking at how we get taxed. And this goes back to like the true American like mythos of the Boston Tea Party of we were butthurt about 2%. Imagine if our forefathers looked at how we live today with tax. Like, you're taxed on what you earn. You're taxed on what you spend, no matter what you spend it on. Let's say you go to the dealership, you buy a car, you pay tax on the car. You have to go get it registered. You have to pay taxes on registration and inspections.
You put gas in it.
Put gas in it. You're paying tax on the gas. The road that you're driving on, you are taxed to build and maintain. Like, tax, 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 tax. I don't believe taxation is theft. I believe everybody should pay a fair share for the services we require as a country. Overtaxation, that's theft.
Yeah.
I think we should just have flat tax across the board, no sales tax ever for any reason across all states.
Yeah. That's what Ross Perot was touting like way back when he was running in like the late 90s.
The fucking 5 times he ran or whatever it was.
It was like he would propose that 11% flat tax across everybody would cover all the expenses we would need for anything.
Yeah.
And it's like now most people end up paying around 50% of your money goes to taxes.
Pretty much.
50%, 50 cents out of every dollar goes to taxes.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And what do we get out of it? Everybody's still struggling.
Condoms for dancers in fucking Congo or something like that.
Well, and I think that's where the American dream has kind of been laid to rest, is in taxes. Because if it wasn't for the overtaxation, we would live a lot more comfortably and inflation would not hurt so bad.
Yeah. Even in the short amount of time from before COVID and after COVID, like before COVID, before we got laid off, in my situation, we could live off of my income alone pretty comfortably. Mm-hmm. Kara really didn't have to work. She did work, but all of the money that she made, we used for like anything that we wanted, really.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Vacations and shit like that. And most of it we were putting towards principal on our mortgage. We were trying to get that paid off, but then we all got laid off, and then inflation hit, and then now we're just like
back to square
one. And it's like, with my salary, we're able to maintain bills and shit like that, but like, we don't have that comfort zone of like being able to do whatever we want, whenever we want. And that's,
And that's so silly to me that we don't reconstruct the system to make that happen again, because people are more willing to go to work and do the regular things and not rely on the government, so you can have that comfort. So that you can say, hey, I've got my 7 days off. Let's go to fucking Cancun.
Yeah.
We've got the money, you know? Instead, it's everybody's scraping to survive, and it's...
What are you doing for long change? Oh, man, I picked up 5 extra shifts. I should be able to cover next week's fucking grocery bill.
Yeah. I signed up for 3, and I got forced for 3, so I'm working 6 of my 7 off. Tight.
Yeah.
And at 12 hours a shift, going back and forth from days to nights, it's exhausting.
Yeah.
So then when you do have days off, you wouldn't want to do anything anyway because you're tired.
I'm fucking sleeping, dude.
I'm going to bed rot.
Yeah.
What's a positive about America that you still enjoy?
I really do like the diversity of culture going from state to state. So I've lived in, you know, here in Florida, and I've been to almost all of the states except for like some of the like Midwest states I haven't really been to, or Maine or something like that. But just going, like we talked about earlier, like America is such a diverse place, even like scenery wise and culture wise, food culture. I think that as an American, you really don't have to leave the country to go see something cool or see something beautiful or see something different than where it is that you live. Utah is a very high desert state, but there, even in Utah, there's such a diversity of like mountains and desert and different landscapes in Utah alone that you can spend a lot of time both in a city type setting and or in like a mountainous outdoors type thing. So I think that America as a whole, there's so many different places that you can go and check out without having to leave the comfort of your own country and having to deal with like different languages and shit like that. I mean, you still have to deal with that here, but some places.
Yeah, I mean, it is nice that we can go one state over in any direction, and it's a totally different culture than what we're used to. I mean, Idaho and Utah are siblings, basically. I mean, we're cooler than they are, but only by like this much.
Yeah.
Only because we don't live in fucking Idaho. But yeah, going over to Nevada is a totally different culture, or going down to Arizona is also vastly different. Even though it's all the desert, it's very different people.
Yeah.
And like you said, the food culture in America is so impressive that I watched this video of Tom Holland talking shit about American food. And it's like, hey, shut up, Spider-Man, nobody cares. And he's, for one thing, everything he pointed out about American food, where he's like, well, this came from this and this came from this, like, factually incorrect, all of that. Where I can drive 10 miles in any direction and I can pick up a cuisine from almost any different country that I want.
Yeah.
Like Vietnamese, Mexican, there's a Chilean restaurant not far from here, fast food, fucking Chili's, Applebee's, B-dubs, whatever you want is within reach. And when people say we don't have our own culture with food, like, you've never tried Southern barbecue or soul food or American breakfast, like, don't say that shit came from somewhere else. We made that.
Yeah.
And sorry, cheeseburgers come from America, not from Hamburg. Fuckers. I just had to throw that out. That one bugs me. Well, hamburgers are from Hamburg. No. The hamburger patty is from Hamburg.
I don't know where it originated from, but I can't imagine going to, well, now you could probably go to Japan and get a higher quality burger than in America, but wherever the burger came from, it was definitely perfected here. 100%.
Bacon and an egg on your burger? The fuck out of here.
Thanks, Red Robin.
Yum. You know, my favorite thing about America is, like, maybe it's not such a positive. This is still the best country to be from. This is still the best country to live in. And I know there's always, I hate to say it, liberals who are like, well, in Denmark, Well, in Poland, go fucking live there.
Yeah, why don't you go there and get a job? Oh yeah, because they won't let you.
Yeah, because they also have immigration laws, just like everybody else, but we're the only bad guys for enforcing them. So stupid. But I do get tired of these comparisons of like, well, this is how they do health insurance in Denmark. Okay, Denmark has 9 million people. We have almost 360 million.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
There's 9 million people live on the island of Manhattan alone.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
And that's why it's a fucking shithole. I mean, how many people do you think live in Salt Lake Valley?
I think it's like 1.2 million. There's almost 4 million people that live in the state of Utah only.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think it was way more.
Nope.
Yeah, if you've ever been on the 15 freeway, then you would think
they're all there at the same time.
Yeah, that's the fucking problem. It's like we were coming back from Ogden yesterday, and I was like, I'm going to take the 215 and avoid the interchange on the 15 because it's going to be traffic. Yeah. 215 was just as bad.
Yeah.
Fuck, I could have taken surface streets and gotten home sooner. It's terrible.
Could have fucking taken a wagon train.
But yeah, it's still the best country to live in. It's still the best country to be from. Because again, going back to like the convenience that we live in with Walmarts and Buc-ee's and all that other shit, and like the availability of everything at our fingertips. Maybe not in rural areas, but living anywhere near a suburb, you have access to anything you want at any given time.
Yeah.
And we live in a capitalist country, therefore your ability to make money is unlimited.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of factors go into it. It's being at the right place in the right time and having the drive and putting in the effort. Like
even just having the right idea in the right place at the right time.
Agreed.
You'll make millions.
Look at Mark Zuckerberg. Like, with all of his misgivings, he is like the American ideal. Had an idea when he was a kid.
Yeah, I want to see all the hot chicks in my university without leaving my dorm room. How do I do this?
Dude, like he became a bajillionaire just by having a dick.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Sorry, I'm not a big fan of Zuckerberg, but I'm a big fan of what he did.
Yeah.
It makes sense. You let your dick do the thinking for you, and you just use your mind to kind of back it up. Billionaire.
Yeah. Or even like people like Elon Musk, who's attributed to being like this mega genius or whatever, and it's like, to me it looks like he's not the one coming up with the idea or doing all the work. He's more of the thinker behind it, and so he's like, I want to try to do this, I don't know how to do it, so I'll get the person who does know how to do it and pay them to do it.
Yeah. And I'm going to pay that person well, so they do a good job.
Yeah. And then once it gets successful, I'll just sell that and then move to the next idea. Now I've got this capital that I can do whatever I want with.
You know, honestly, Elon is like, and I'm going to leave all the bullshit out of like the negative parts of his persona or whatever. Let's just look at the facts. Like, he is the personification of the American dream because he's not even American.
Yeah.
He's from South Africa. He came here. He had an idea. He made some things work. Like, started PayPal, sold PayPal, used that money to start Tesla. And from the money he's making from Tesla, he starts SpaceX and Neuralink and everything else under the sun that he's doing. He headed up the Doge program because he believes in American ideals like you and I have no wasteful spending of taxpayer dollars and like you should be able to pass an audit and all this. Like, that is a real American to me.
Yeah.
Or even in that vein, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Loved America, came to America, became incredibly successful. And I read his biography, and even like when he made his first $1 million, he didn't just go spend it on lavish shit. You know what he did? He bought apartment complexes, and he hired people to maintain them for him. So he was just making passive income.
Yeah.
So he was actually a millionaire before he ever made $1 million from a movie.
Yeah.
That's the American dream. It's not, I'm going to go be in a movie and make a shitload of money and just make movies. This guy was smart. And that's what real American capitalism is. No matter where you're from, no matter what your circumstances, you can become wealthy.
Yeah.
That's the ticket. I think that's one of my favorite things about this country.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I look at like these internet entrepreneurs selling dog shit products. They're still making a shitload of money because they capitalize on using the internet.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Super cheap to do, to make an ad yourself and reach a very wide audience. I mean, you can pay to have ads put on different shit that you just look at something that has 10 million views and then pay to have an ad put on there.
Yeah.
And then 10 million people, well, however many people are going to watch it after that, are getting your branding.
Yeah.
So
even if only 1% of that 10 million people buys your product, you just made a shit.
$100,000 or 100,000 units sold.
Yeah. And that's money right there. Like the other day I've been thinking about, like, how do I make passive income? You know, I'm not going to quit my job unless I become, like, mega wealthy. But how do I make more money, right? So I was kind of delving into these different things that people are making money with these days that are mostly passive, require very little work. One of them was drop shipping, which the market is so diluted. Making money on it for the time you have to invest doesn't seem worth it. But imagine being there at the beginning of drop shipping.
Oh, yeah.
Because Wish, AliExpress, Temu, they're all drop shippers.
Yeah.
That's all they do.
Yeah.
Imagine you're the guy who made fucking Temu. You're probably rolling in dough right now.
Oh, yeah.
Not doing a fucking thing. Just cashing checks.
Yeah. Kara started talking about drop shipping years ago when she first started doing her t-shirts and stuff like that. And it's like, you can totally just make money by just, like, advertising something
Yeah.
that you don't even have or make, and then you see something that is selling and then put it on your shop, and then they buy it from you, and then you just order it from them and they ship it straight to them.
100%.
Like, you don't have to do anything except to just create the ad.
Well, most people are running them off of AI now.
Yeah.
So when there's returns and things like that, the AI handles everything.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's for me.
Yeah,
But
me either.
I get why people do it.
Yeah.
It makes total sense. I just got to find other avenues to make passive money. Because I don't want to work a regular job anymore.
That's my American dream. I want to make a bunch of money without really doing anything anymore.
I want to make enough money that I pay off both of our houses and make enough equitable money that we can just live on and do all the fun shit that we want to do.
Yeah.
That's my American
We
dream.
just rent Alcatraz out and go and do some ghost investigations.
I want to make enough money that it's never even a question if I can rent a place out.
Yeah.
When I go up to whoever runs Alcatraz, like, how much? What's the number?
We want to do some crazy shit here.
So everybody's got a price, dude.
So, we've talked about positives. What about negatives?
The government.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, man, I think that's what we would all say.
Yeah.
I think the American government has become such a joke because of lobbyists, number one, lack of term limits, wasteful spending, misinterpretation of law, adding new laws that we don't need nor want, single issue bills instead of overstuffed 5,000-page bills. Like, all of these problems, if we could clear these up, we could fix America.
Yeah. The efficiency is gone.
That's why in 2028, cast your vote correctly, because I'm going to be throwing out executive orders like fucking candy.
Definitely going to need that auto pen because my fucking hand is going to be tired.
Dude, it's going to have to be like, do the swear-in, the inauguration ceremony, go right to the office, barricade all the windows because somebody's going to try to shoot me right now. Term limits, single issue bills, cut wasteful spending, no more foreign aid.
Like all you politicians, you only get paid after your term is over.
Yeah, we
And
stopped.
it's a prorated by how good of a job that the people that you are in charge of think you did.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, once you're done with your term of service, you no longer collect money from the government.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
If I was to retire from my job today, let's say I was 65, they're not going to keep paying me. They're not going to pay me for not showing up. It should be the same for public servants.
Yeah.
You no longer need a security detail. Good luck.
Hey, if you manage your shit right, you won't need a security
Exactly.
detail.
Lobbyist, gone. Oh, insider trading, gone.
Gone.
How the fuck is Nancy Pelosi worth $400 million?
What is their salary? $180,000 a year?
It's like
as a
175. I think hers is higher because
Speaker of the House.
Speaker, yeah, but all the rest is 175. Like,
Even if you work for, how long has she been in office? Like 40 years or some shit?
like 50 or something.
400 or 40 years at $200,000. You'll make a few million.
Yeah.
Not 400,000.
Even if you're
400 million.
Diversifying and actually buying into stocks that are not predicated on things that you have a handle in, like, because you have to get approval for an IPO from the government. So if you know there's an IPO coming, you're just going to go ahead and invest in it.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be completely absolved of that. You can't do any IPOs. And I don't give a fuck what those people say, like, Dan, what's his fuck? Well, how come I can't make money? Because you're a public fucking servant. That's why.
Who is it?
Dan Crenshaw.
Oh.
Fuck that guy. He's a piece of shit.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I was watching a video, and I can't remember the exact number, but he made like 8 times the market on his stocks because he's an insider trader. Because he was congressman for Texas.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a fuckface.
Hmm.
But yeah, the negatives is the government.
Yeah.
It's number one. If I had to make a list of 100 problems with America, the government, their overreach, their overspending, and overtaxation would be number one.
Lack of transparency.
Lack of transparency would be number 2.
Yeah.
We want to know about aliens and we want to know about the Epstein files.
Yeah.
But here we are with nothing.
Yeah.
And you could say, oh, there's 3 million pages, like 3 million pages of non-contextual information, but 0 arrests. Like you guys have, if you released half, and half of that is 3 million pages, that means you have 6 million pages, and still not one arrest.
Yeah, but if they arrested everybody, the whole world would fall apart.
Oh, that sucks. Let's do it anyway.
Yeah. Oh well, there's definitely people who will step into those positions.
Like I've said before, I think given the vacuum of power, it's either going to be the correct people who are going to rise to the occasion and fill the gaps in leadership and take us in the direction we need to go, or it's just going to be more bad people.
Yeah. When you think about this, like at our job or at anybody else's job, somebody retires or dies or something, does the whole company fall apart? No, they just put somebody else in that position.
Dude, if all the leads and foremen at work all quit on the same day, the plant's going to keep going.
Yeah.
There are people who are going to step up and say, I can do this job.
Yeah.
Managers are going to promote people back into foremen and promote people back into leads. They're going to hire more people to backfill operator positions. It's just the way it's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the facts. If, let's say, 70% of government employees, I'm talking all the way from the president down to, a clerical secretary, 70% of them get put behind bars for the Epstein files, like, people are going to jump into those positions. Whether it's like we have to have emergency elections, or people are going to temporarily like take on 2 jobs or do whatever it is, it's gonna fill back out.
Yeah.
And for other countries, sorry, it's your problem. You deal with it. We gotta fix our own shit here. Good luck, England. Like,
Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to have that response, and that was that's why I let you go first, because I was going to say the exactly the same thing. So, yeah, what else do you have on there? Cowboys, gangsters, and
American
66.
mythos.
American mythos.
Yeah, because we're so prevalent across the world in America for our mythos,
Mm-hmm.
the Wild West, the cowboys, the American might of the military, Hollywood, Route 66, like the American dream, all of it. we are, I'm going to just say it, we are the inspiration for the rest of the world. You know, you think about Superman. How many people on this planet do you think don't know who Superman is? Or at least recognize the symbol?
Right.
It's probably a much smaller number than we want to think about. That is an American icon. Mm-hmm. And we have so many of those that are recognized worldwide because we're at the forefront of entertainment.
Well, yeah, you think about, like, most people in, like, Europe or something, and you ask them about if you've seen this American movie, most likely they're going to say yes. I don't think I can name one movie that was made in, like, fucking France or England or some shit.
Well, I'm sure a lot of movies get made in England. A French one, the first one I can think of is it Amelia? I don't know. I remember my ex was watching it one day, and I was like, "You're watching a movie in French? And that's kind of weird." She's like, "I love this movie." And I watched it, and I'm like, "This movie's fucking stupid." But okay. So that's the first one I can think of. Really, though, think about how many great filmmakers come from other countries to make big American movies.
Yeah.
Look at, like, Luc Besson, Christopher Nolan. Like, most of our entertainment industry is comprised of foreigners.
Yeah.
Like, the best actors in the world, they come from England and Australia, I am convinced.
Well, that's why I think that the whole melting pot of the United States, you know, taking advantage of that, you have somebody from a different country that has a totally different perspective on everything, looking at, you know, telling a story from a different perspective. I think that's super vital in a place like Hollywood, where if you're getting all the same people who work in this town, who all are intermingling with each other, they're going to have similar ideas and be shot in similar ways, as opposed to getting somebody who's an outsider coming in with a different vision and different perspective, might be able to tell the same story in a different way that most of these other people aren't even thinking about. Mm-hmm. So I think that it's important to get these outsider views, or not even outsider, just like people with an outside perspective in everything, really.
Yeah.
Whether it's movies, food, politics, different ideas are what make whatever it is that you're trying to build the best that it can be, I think.
I agree. And I think the mythos we have here in America are what keep America thriving in a way. Like, you think about cowboy, right? Your first thought is, you know, a ranch hand, somebody who wrestles cows. Mm-hmm. But then you also put it into perspective of, like, President Bush talking about, "I'm a cowboy, man, I'm a cowboy." To the rest of the world, they think of, like, a rugged, tough guy, or, you know, the guy prowling the streets with a six-shooter, playing cards and drinking whiskey, because that's what you think of with a cowboy. You don't think of a Yellowstone cowboy, you think of, like, a Clint Eastwood cowboy, you know, or even, like, American military. I'm sure most other countries are very well aware of, like, Navy SEALs and Green Berets, because we have all these great movies and shit about them.
Yeah. How
many special forces divisions outside of America can you really think of? Like British SAS or Spetsnaz? I'm sure Germany's got one.
I'm sure that all countries have them. They're just not, I don't know.
They're just not prevalent because you don't have a culture behind them.
True.
Where we do, where we kind of, we don't pay our heroes or take care of their medical bills, but we make movies about them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. Like, I think maybe it was Kara and I were talking about how, like, there hasn't been, like, a Western movie that's come out in the last little while, really. Where before it was like they were coming out every few years, you'd see a good Western movie or something like that, really dealing with, like, cowboys in the Wild West type shit. I don't know, maybe that's just a what's out of vogue right now, so it's
Yeah.
not being made. But
I think for the most part, Westerns have kind of run their course.
yeah,
Because leading up to the 80s, it was like your action movies were pretty much Westerns or they were war movies. And then in the 80s, we started getting all the big over-the-top action heroes, the Rambo and Schwarzenegger, RoboCop and John McClane and all these like larger-than-life characters, and that kind of took over. Every once in a while, a good Western will pop up, but most of the time when you see one, it's like, I hate to say it, but washed up stars.
yeah,
Just taking a paycheck.
yeah.
And it's like a straight to video, straight to streaming now Western movie, and you go, Wesley Snipes in a Western? I don't know about that. Skip. You know.
He's a cowboy now?
That motherfucker's Blade. He's only Blade.
I think the last Western movie that I watched that was new to me was Old Henry. Seen that?
I did. I like that one.
Yeah.
The last one I saw that I really enjoyed was the remake of Magnificent Seven
Okay, yeah.
with Denzel and Chris Pratt.
Mhm.
Like, I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
It was just fun. Like, you didn't take it too seriously, but you took it seriously enough to enjoy it.
What was the one that Quentin Tarantino did that was like straight to Netflix? Hateful Eight? Is that what that was?
That was a full theatrical
Was it?
run. Yeah.
Was it?
But I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And I think I enjoy it. It doesn't feel like a Western movie. It feels like a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Right.
Which, there's the American dream right there. A guy who worked in a video store, who had just this devout love of films, just starts making films out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Or even his pal Robert Rodriguez, you know, we talked about him a lot, and how kind of like inspirational he was. Like, he went out and made El Mariachi for $7,000, basically by himself.
Yeah.
And now he owns a movie studio. Like, this guy's got a creative license to do whatever he wants the rest of his life, and never has to worry about making money.
Yeah.
So he makes shitty movies now.
He just makes fun movies that he wants to make, or like, I don't know.
Either way, like, that is America right there. If you were passionate and you were driven and willing to put in the work, you could go wherever you wanted.
Yeah.
And I think in a way you still really can.
You definitely can, like we said before, especially if you have a little bit of capital, you can definitely drive that into whatever you want, and most likely, if you're good at it, make some money off of it.
Oh, 100%. So what about the post 9/11 world? So we're both old enough to remember 9/11 vividly.
Mm-hmm.
The world before and the world after, and then the post 9/11 world that we live in now. Do you think one of those three time frames is actually better than the other?
I don't know if it was better, or if it was just because I'm just have to speak from my own perspective. I mean, when 9/11 happened, I was maybe just turned 21. And so like the time before that was just like almost adolescence in a sense. And so like that time seems like it might have been better, but it was just probably my perspective of the world was different then. And then seemingly changed after 9/11 and really brought the outside world into view for me. And then so I think that my perspective of the world just changed. I don't know, it was probably always like that, and it seems like it always was, but the perspective for sure for me changed. Not necessarily in a bad way, just I had more of a view of what was going on. It was more, my eyes were opened by what was going on. And then really looking into what has happened, or why 9/11 happened for me anyways, seems like it was very eye-opening for what our government and the people in charge of this country are willing to do. So I don't know. It definitely changed things, but I don't know if it was my own perspective that is making me view this as like a huge shift in the way that things are run or done.
I get that. That makes sense. If I had to pick one of the three, like pre 9/11, and then there's the post 9/11 world, and then there's like the post 9/11 world. We're talking like, I'll say like 2018 on. I prefer the 2018 on because pre 9/11 we're all pretty blind to what the government was really doing. Post 9/11 we had this like strong patriotism, but in a way we exchanged our freedom for protection.
Right.
Even though we were not in any real danger in hindsight. But now we live in this world where government distrust is at an all-time high, and it's only going to get worse before it gets better. But now there is a sense that it can get better,
Yeah.
I think. Because I don't know anybody who absolutely trusts the government.
Me neither.
It doesn't matter what side of the line you sit on. And even the fact that people are starting to blur the line in a way to go like, I don't trust either of those fucks. I don't care if they wear a red tie or a blue tie. They're all a bunch of bastards.
Yeah.
And I think that is more important, even though it's a more difficult time to live in, where we were more comfortable in the post 9/11 world and even more comfortable in a pre 9/11 world. Now we live in this world where we see change as an absolute necessity.
Yeah, I think that more people want and are pushing for transparency, whether it's good or bad. We want the truth so that we can make up our own decisions on, how to feel about something.
Agreed.
Instead of like being told that this happened for this reason and now we all have to hate this certain group of people. As a whole, we have to all hate them so that we can unify against them, when it's like, okay, give me the story.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened. I want you to tell me, and I want you to tell me your perspectives, and we can all come together and say, well, you were wrong and you were wrong. Fuck both of you guys. Get over it.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a side against you. I'm not taking a side against you. You two have to fucking kiss and make up. Like,
Yeah.
I think that so many people are waking up to the fact, hopefully, that the whole like Democrat and Republican scenario is just pitting each other against each other. We've talked about it multiple times on the show, like where it's like they just want to be able to secure their vote in the next election, that you're going to side with us so that we can get this person in charge, so that we can continue to make money over here on our side.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with you. They don't really care about you or me or us. They want the vote.
It's maintenance of power.
Yeah.
That's all they really care about. It's not about changing things or making things better. It's about, I want to stay in power.
Yeah.
And I want to keep making money.
Yep.
It's my bottom line. That's all I really care about.
Yeah.
And I think even recently we've seen a bigger sea change, like with this whole Iran thing. And you're browsing around and looking at articles and shit online, and you're reading the comments, like literally nobody wants this. No American wants to go to war with Iran. And same thing with the hantavirus that was kicking around for a minute. And I remember seeing one post, just one, that made me laugh. And it was like this news article about the hantavirus is going to be worse than COVID or whatever. One dude commented, yeah, we're not doing that. And then you read all the others, and it's like, we've all learned from the mistakes that our government has put us through with the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, translating into Iran, and now hantavirus coming out of the mutation of coronavirus. We're all just like, no. Fucking fool me once, dude. And seeing the dissidence of people is really important to me, and it's really like speaking to us as people that were smart enough to go, okay, no. You pulled the wool over our eyes before. We're not doing this again.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they still have the power to do these things, but it's up to us to, when the time comes, revolt. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not wearing a mask again.
Yeah.
And I know that seems like such a bitch thing of, well, if everybody just wears their mask and social distance. Like, no. It's stupid. All you're doing is infringing on people's liberty.
I'm gonna die anyways. Might as well die fucking free, breathing hantavirus air. I don't care.
I think we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, my mRNA is still good because I never got the shot.
Yeah, me neither.
Did I ever tell you about the unvaccinated sperm joke?
No.
I made a joke at Scott about unvaccinated sperm because it was like a meme for a minute. I was like, yeah, dude, my jizz is worth way more than yours because I'm unvaccinated. He's like, that's not true. Where did you read that? Where did you come up with
Chat GPT told me.
Chat GPT, bitch. Actually, it was Google's AI. So it's a totally just like bullshit thing. There actually is some truth to it. I looked it up after the fact, but I brought that up and he just got all butthurt about it. Like, holy shit, it takes nothing to set you off.
Hey, nothing a good steak might fix.
You know, I feel like he would just be happier in life if he ate fucking cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Just saying. With bacon and egg. Thanks, Red Robin.
I don't think that I've ever been in the middle of eating a cheeseburger and been fucking upset.
Yeah, you're just like, fucking Trump. It's all his fault. So, one more topic on this. So I have this question, what does patriotism mean to you? Or do you feel patriotic, and what does that mean for you?
Patriotism to me means a love of your country. I do love the idea of our country. I do love the proposed freedom that we mostly have.
Mostly.
Whether I want to go and kill somebody in another country over a war that's meaningless to most people, I don't feel that patriotic. Now, if somebody was attacking me in my home, in my family, I would definitely bust some caps at people, but so I do believe that I do have some patriotic bones in my body, but not enough to go and fight some war for a government that I don't fully trust.
100% agree. I think the last war that America was involved in that actually had to do with the protection of America was World War II. And even that is kind of sketchy. So it's, I don't see the need to kill other people to protect our freedom. I think that's just that's a post 9/11 buzz phrase that we say to try to help justify. I believe in our American ideals that our forefathers set out for us, and that's where my patriotism comes from. It's life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, the right to bear arms, the protection against illegal search and seizure, like these things that make us believe that we have freedom because we used to have real freedom, in some form or fashion. That's my form of patriotism, where I can still say what I want, and I can still believe what I want, and I can choose to worship any God I choose without any fear of repercussions. Like, that is real patriotism to me.
Yeah.
It's not about fighting wars on foreign land over oil or opium. It's not about voting for the guy with the correct color of tie that suits you. It's not about blindly trusting that our elected officials are going to take care of us. It really is about every individual's freedom.
Yeah.
That's what's important to me.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like we have real freedom?
I believe that we have more freedoms than a lot of other countries do. I think that the freedoms that we are allotted are, some of them are just really not real. But I believe that every person should be born, is born, like the Knights Templar were fighting for, with human rights. You should be just treated as an actual human and you own these rights because you were born. That's why.
Yeah. You were a citizen of this planet. You should be afforded basic civil liberties.
Yeah.
And I've never understood taking away somebody else's. I mean, to gain power, sure, it makes sense, but I'm not interested in power.
Yeah.
So it's silly to me. I do think we have, like you said, more freedoms than a lot of other places. Like, shit, in England, they were putting people in jail for being COVID dissidents.
Yeah.
We didn't have to deal with that. I mean, sure, your social media would get struck down and shit, but those are privately owned platforms. Like, no, you do not have actual freedom of speech on social media. There are consequences. Mm-hmm. But we are still free to pursue entrepreneurship. We are still free to pursue freedom of speech in different formats.
Well, even that term, freedom of speech, protects you from the government being able to do anything to you. Now, a private corporation or private platform like that has the right to strike you, and or like if you're saying something negative in a public space about like the company that you work for, they have the right to fire you for that because it's a privately owned thing, so they can do what they want. So it's not without, doesn't protect you from all of the repercussions of the things that you say. It's that you have the right to say them.
Yes, you have the right, but it's not consequence free.
Right.
That's just the reality of it.
Just like you can use the N-word if you want, and you probably are going to get punched in the mouth by somebody that's in the vicinity.
Yeah, people use the N-word on me all the time. Call me a Nazi. It's not people, it's a person. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, freedom of speech does not come without consequences. You just have the ability. It's kind of like you have the right to remain silent.
Most of them don't, though.
Most of them don't. And if you get arrested, shut the fuck up until your lawyer gets there. Don't give him any ammunition.
Yeah.
It's like old Gunny Highway used to say, don't give the bastard the satisfaction. You ever seen that one, Heartbreak Ridge?
Yeah.
Ah, classic, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's always nice to, talk to another fellow moviegoer about classic movies and they actually know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I'll bring that shit up at work and they're like, I've never seen it. Like, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, all the people that you work with are too young.
Well, even Stuvie.
Really?
Yeah. There's a lot of movies he's never seen. Like, what do you do with your free time? Loser. Jinx.
Yeah, it's nice. Pat has seen quite a plethora of movies.
He better have. He never comes out when we invite him out.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you better be home watching movies.
Watching movies.
I can forgive that. So it's almost America's 250th anniversary. Today is June.
250th anniversary of your birthday?
Yes. I am.
What a celebration!
There can be only one. Yeah, my birthday is July 4th, and this year...
What a patriotic fellow.
Fucking...
Letting the country share your birthday.
I allow it.
Yeah.
It's their freedom. Yeah, it's a strange thing, having a birthday on a national holiday like that, on the national holiday, because people tend to think, oh, you throw a big party and do all this. Nah. I just watch fireworks with the kids, that's all I do.
They're celebrating. You're welcome.
That was like $70. It's funny with fucking half of Utah being on fire, and now the governor is saying no private fireworks, only like public shows or whatever. And I'm like, I can't even be mad because I don't want to pay for fireworks. They're way too expensive.
Yeah.
I might get you a sparkler.
Sparkler, maybe some snakes, some ground snakes.
Yeah. 250 years as a country. That's lasted a long time.
It has. And what was old Benjamin Franklin saying, that there needs to be a revolution at least once every 100 years or something like that?
We're way overdue.
To maintain the integrity of the people in charge.
Well, you got to think so from 1776 to 1860-61 was the Civil War, so around 90 years, and then we haven't really had one since. like we had civil unrest in the 60s with the flower children and the hippies and all that. I think that helped kind of put the government back in check. Shortly after that, Jim Crow laws started fading away. There was more civil liberties were granted again. They tried to distract us with the fucking Vietnam War. But we really haven't had any big revolts since then. I think we're overdue.
Yeah.
I think we just have to come up with the correct battlefront. We can't go out there with guns and revolt. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's not going to accomplish anything. It's just a lot of people are going to get hurt and killed. We have to wage war against a tyrannical government in a new way. And I think the only way to do it now is with our money.
Yeah. And you have to really think about, like, how can you accomplish that? So all the money is being pumped into the government through these lobbyists that are being paid for by certain corporations. And so what do? You have to go against those corporations and not funnel the money through them. So we talked about it before on one of the other episodes of, like, alternate things like the stock market, like a 401k, like you have money in your 401k. Look at where that money is going. Look at what you're investing in. If you take the money out of these big corporations like BlackRock and State Street and Vanguard, which are like that, those three encompass like 75% of the market, no matter what it is that you're investing in. It's such a huge part that, like, no matter where you put your money, you're still giving money to these three main entities. Mm-hmm. Like, you can still put money and still make money on that other 25% and grow those corporations that are actually not behind these fucking nefarious lobbyist platforms.
I think that's exactly the ticket, is those three big companies. We have to do to them what we did to GameStop. Remember that thing years ago with Robinhood?
Mm-hmm.
Where all these regular, normal-ass people bought all this stock in GameStop and then just held on to it because they were trying to, like, short the market. All the rich dudes were, and all these, like, normal civilians held out. And it was fucking those guys over. It was costing them money. I think we should do the same, is basically invest a lot into BlackRock and Vanguard and State Street and all that, and then as soon as the market pulls up, pull it all out. Crash that fucking market. And I know it would hurt everybody, but who would it hurt the most is all these politicians and wealthy people who have huge numbers of stock.
Yeah.
It would just hurt their pocketbook so much that it would teach them a lesson like, don't fuck with us, dude. There's way more of us. And even though you make 80 grand a year and I make 80 grand a year or whatever, we pull that shit together, we're going to hurt you back.
Yeah.
I think the other way we hurt them back is to stop voting for them, all of them.
Yeah.
It would be damn near impossible to get everybody on the same page, but like the next election, no matter who it is, don't vote for either of the primaries. Vote literally third party.
Just write your own name in. Everybody just write your own name in.
Oh, yeah. That would be so fucking dope.
Yeah.
If it was like we go to the polls and it's like, oh, the Republican candidate got 0% of the votes. The Democrat candidate got 0% of the votes. All the votes got distributed evenly across individuals.
Yeah.
It's like, who's going to be the president?
This person got voted for twice. I guess they win.
Who's this? Dave-inci?
Dave-inci? Is that a real name? Is that a real person?
Dave-inci.
Dave-inci.
I don't understand what's so hard about Dave-inci that people still go, what is Dave-inci? Or is it Da-Vinci? It's
Dave-inci.
Inci.
It's Italian.
It's Italian. Arrivederci. And, and if people stop buying into the dissidence of red versus blue, left versus right, conservative versus liberal, like, if we just stop with that and just look at the candidate, and instead of going, well, I don't like him as a person, but I agree with like 3 of his points, then don't fucking vote for him.
Yeah.
Vote for who you genuinely think will do the best job, and if you think that's you, do it.
Yeah.
And I've told people I voted for myself in the last election. They're like, you wasted your vote. No, the fuck I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't care. I could be president. You could be president. I'd vote for you.
I'd vote for you.
See? Just vote for each other.
Yeah. Because I honestly think that you do a better job than most of the candidates that are even available on any ballot.
Definitely better than Joe
Because you actually think about shit instead of just like willy-nilly.
Well, that, and I have lived my entire life without being wealthy. My entire life. Nothing would change for me financially. I would make more money, but I would be happy with $175 a year, or whatever they make.
Yeah.
I think they make $200-something thousand a year. I could live very comfortably with that.
Yeah.
Plus, I got to live in the White House. I don't have to pay rent or a mortgage. I mean, so...
Yeah, they have personal chefs.
I think they actually have to pay for their own food. But still,
And they go grocery shopping, like the president goes grocery shopping.
You just got like...
See him walking through Walmart with the fucking grocery list and shit.
There's like, they just empty out the whole building. There's only one cashier that's been vetted. Like, I don't know. For me, it wouldn't change. People would offer me lucrative amounts of money. Like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want money that I didn't earn. I don't want you to give me money to do something I don't want to do. My integrity is not for sale.
Yeah.
Which is why I could never be president, because I can't be bought.
Yeah, plus you would divulge all the secrets of the aliens and who really killed Kennedy and...
Fucking A, I would.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, this is crazy, dude. Look what I just found.
I'm just like doing a live on Facebook or something. Yeah. Like, yo, I'm in the Library of Congress. Check this shit out.
Check this shit out. There's an alien body. Ah!
I'm like, yo, do you remember National Treasure 2 when he had to get the President's Book of Secrets? It's actually fucking here.
It's right here. Let's get some secrets.
Hold on, let me mount this on a tripod. Oh, shit.
We're going to go page by page, gang.
This is so tight.
Listen here, chat.
I'm the only president with a podcast.
First. You mean first president with...
Yeah.
Because after that, they'll all have them.
It only takes one trendsetter, you know?
Yeah.
None of them are going to have a name as cool as this one, though.
I don't think so. It would be like fucking... I can't even think of a cool name for Biden. What was his podcast be called?
The Walking Corpse.
Yeah, The Walking Dead. Sorry, already a title.
Sorry. He's just over there like on a marionette. He's like, I used to be president. You know, in the Epstein files, they allege he's been dead for fucking years.
Really?
Like he died during, while running for president, and they just put a body double in place.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Some of the alleged evidence is actually pretty compelling.
And that's something that, like, we as Americans should have the right to do, is just do your own, like, research, come up with your own ideas. Some of us do it.
Mm-hmm. Some
of us claim not to have the time, but then speak on it anyways, like...
I got that reference. Don't you know, my wife learns about this shit on Twitter and then tells me about it, so I'm informed.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, dude.
I've seen 2 minutes and 37 seconds of TikToks. I'm pretty much an expert on this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're a Nazi.
Well, according to my research, can confirm.
Jokes, we're not Nazis for the 800th fucking
We
time.
do like to joke that we are Nazis because people have claimed that we are Nazis, and so we just perpetuate that idea because it's hilarious.
And then once you take the piss out of it, they can't use it against you anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, I hate to say this, it's probably going to get me in some trouble, but I couldn't imagine being like in the 80s and being a gay man, or in the 70s, like in the Harvey Milk era, and calling yourself a faggot in front of somebody who would make fun of you, you just disarm that guy. Like, now he can't call you any dirty names.
Yeah.
Because you're not taking it seriously, so nothing he can say can hurt you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I do that. I try to do that in any situation that I do something dumb, and I know that it's been something dumb, and I just call myself a retard, like the Tony the Tiger, you retarded. That's me. I just say it for myself so that I already know that I fucked up. I want you to know that I fucked up. I want you to know that I know that I fucked up. Now what are you going to say about it?
Yeah.
Like,
self-deprecation can get you places.
and it's very humbling too.
It's the same thing with America as a whole. Like, we know that we're an obese country.
Yeah.
We know a lot of our habits are unhealthy. We know that access to too much of everything has made us tyrants. We still like the way we live.
Yeah.
We still like shitty food. And
So
we love
much so
drinking.
that we hate going to the place that's the most convenient place that we've created for the sake of convenience.
that other countries look at as like a holy grail.
Yeah.
And we take it for granted.
And we fucking hate it. We're aware. Self-aware.
Here's an American...
Well, some of us are, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Here's an American question for you, and I've seen this one on the internet. Do you think the English can outdrink us?
I don't know. It would depend on the area of the United States you're talking about. Like maybe people in Utah, probably.
I would say most people in Utah definitely they would lose
Yeah,
just because there's so many Mormons.
yeah. Now, if you're talking about somewhere like Boston or something like that,
Not a fucking chance.
probably not. Yeah,
I think anywhere along the Bible Belt or anywhere in the north too, because there's not shit to do up there and it's cold. Like you're not beating them in a drinking contest. That's all they have.
yeah.
I'm sorry, if you live in fucking North Dakota, drinking is your only pastime.
Yeah.
There's nothing up there.
Yeah.
So, just because you go in and have a couple of pints at the pub after work, we got people who drink out of pure depression.
Yeah, yeah, it's a necessity to drink. Now, I don't know what their beer, like, alcohol percentage is.
It's higher.
Higher. I would assume, like, a beer is probably more like 8% or something. Whereas, like, Utah's, like, 4.5 or something.
On average, it's 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of your shittier beers, like your Busch Light and all that, they're in that 4.5%.
Yeah. So that might take things, you have to take that into consideration. If they came here and drank our beer, they probably wouldn't be phased at all. They'd drink like 15 beers and be like...
What did you hear about Scotland in Boston? All the Scottish people came for one of the football games, the soccer games, and they basically drank the town dry.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, I was watching this news broadcast about it, like all these pubs and bars and restaurants, they're calling their suppliers trying to get kegs in as fast as they can because there's nothing left. Now, is that because the Scottish can drink, or is it because a random influx of a large population of people? Is it just sheer volume or drinking ability? I would imagine it's a little of column A and a little of column B.
Yeah, you'd have to... Yeah. Because they're most likely going to have a certain amount of beer on... readily available for their normal shit. They're just ordering maybe a few. They have, they think that this event is coming to town. Maybe we'll make a little bit bigger of an order leading up to that, but like there's no way to determine how much you're going to need and how much you can store on hand.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I will say on the flip side of that argument, I was the same newscast, this sanitation guy for the city, because there's like a park or something where there was a big mass hangout of all these people from other countries visiting were in this park, and he went in the next day to clean it up, and it's like all the garbage is already bagged up and shit. He doesn't have to pick anything up. Like, they really took good care of the land. And it's like, all right, Scotland 1, America 0.
Yeah.
We're fucking pigs in this country.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I went to the store the other day, and I'm going to get back in the truck, and this guy got out of his SUV, and right after his kids and his wife got out, and you could tell this guy was a piece of shit. He opens his pack of cigarettes. You know how they have the cellophane, and then they have, like, the tinfoil on the inside? He, like, opens that, pulls that shit out, just throws it on the ground, and he's like talking down to his wife and kids, and I was like, I have not come across somebody in a very long time that I think I should just punch in the mouth randomly. Like, this guy I'd be justified.
Yeah.
But
That's funny you say that. I stopped at this 7-Eleven right over here on the way home from work the other day. I pulled into the parking lot and like got out, and the same thing, that cellophane thing, and the wrappers were just right there on the ground. And I was like, there's a garbage can right there. You just pull it out, walk 5 steps, and put it in the trash can.
Yeah. We see it at work all the time. In the break room, there's a trash can next to every door. You have to pass a trash can to leave the room you're in. But people just leave their dirty shit laying around with plates and bottles and garbage. Like, what is wrong with us in this country that we can't just clean up after ourselves? You think
just because I bang your mom doesn't make me your dad. I'm not going to throw your shit away from you for you.
Well, you look at like concert venues and sports arenas and all that. Fuck movie theaters. How much cleaning up has to be done after people are done with the event they paid for? But it's like they leave trash everywhere.
Yeah.
So we are terrible at taking care of our chunk of the world.
Yeah, for sure. And every time I go to Vegas, I notice that too. It's just like fucking trash everywhere, just blowing in the wind. Like,
and there's garbage cans everywhere.
Yeah.
Granted, you might have to wait till somebody's done puking in it to throw your shit away.
But the puke is going to hold all the shit in there.
Yeah, it's like a paste.
Yeah. It's mind-blowing that people just fucking throw trash wherever.
Yeah. As Americans, that is one thing I'm extremely disappointed in other Americans about.
Yeah.
Like, we spend so much time and effort to protect nature and have preserves essentially with state parks and all this, to like, we put all this effort into protecting that, but we can't even just take care of the trash right here at our house. Mm-hmm. It's so silly to me.
Yeah. Even going to like national parks and shit. The last time I went to Yellowstone, I was walking around and there's like the walkways that you have to walk on and shit, and then you just look off on either side along those pathways and they're just fucking garbage. Along those pathways, like, holy shit, man. This is like our national fucking parks, and they're just being overrun with assholes throwing litter.
Yeah, I went to Donut Falls recently, and we like climbed up past the cave and everything, which is sketch. I don't recommend it. But we get up there, and there's like a glass jar that had gold paint in it that's just laying there cracked on a rock. And I felt like shit because I didn't want to carry it down, because it's like, I don't have a bag to put it in. I'd literally have to hold it. I'm already risking a mechanical injury because I'm climbing up a fucking waterfall like a retard. Which, at my age, I don't recommend, because I took a little bit of damage trying to come back down. But it's just like, of all places, you chose to come up to the top above this cave where there's a waterfall and drop this fucking vial of gold paint in a glass jar? Who did that? Cunts.
It's wild.
Or even when we go out to Merker Cemetery, there's garbage and beer bottles and shit.
Yeah.
How hard is it just to take it with you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate people.
I hate, individuals.
Yeah, I don't hate people as a whole. I hate some of the shitty things that people do.
Yes.
I'll put it that way. Littering being a big one. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This is the world that you're leaving for your generations following you. Like, just clean up after yourself.
Well, what
Leave it
lessons
nice.
are you teaching your kids? Like
Yeah.
the guy I was just talking about ripped the packaging off his cigarette pack right in front of his kids. You're teaching them that that's okay, and it's not. Or even to that extent, the people in grocery store parking lots who can't put their cart back in the fucking return. Like, you're teaching them it's okay to be a sack of shit. Somebody else will deal with it.
Yeah. Somebody else, it's job security for this person that has to come out and
Fucking
collect the
hate that.
carts.
It's like people who go to fast food restaurants where you have to take care of your own shit. Job security. Fuck you, buddy.
Yeah.
That is the downside of the American culture is the excess leads to laziness.
Yeah. The comfort of all of the amenities that we enjoy leads to pure fucking laziness.
It does. That's why we have so many obese people.
Yeah.
But our food is dope. I don't give a shit.
Food is quite delicious. Now like I said, America is a melting pot, and that's where like so many of these different cuisines get like integrated, and then fusion happens, and then we have something like, I don't know, brisket fucking tacos or some shit like that just sounds beautiful, and I would eat the shit out of it.
I just got a food boner as soon as you said brisket tacos. Well, you think about the melting pot culture that has created American cuisine, like Cajun food. It's not necessarily native to France or Haiti or, you know, the whatchamacallit, brain fart, the other fucking culture that came from there. Oh my God, Jamaican. That became a fusion of all of those foods together that created Cajun or Creole. Now that's an American staple.
Yeah.
Or soul food, which is kind of a cousin to that, but it's created by the black people in this country. How they got here, for better or for worse, has nothing to do with me. I didn't bring them over.
Yeah.
You know. Or pizza. You know, we have Chicago pizza and New York pizza, and they're vastly different. You know, and they almost have like a turf war from it. Mexican food has become a staple of the American diet, even if we Americanize it by hard shell tacos and putting a shitload of cheese on it. Like, our food is amazing. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat fucking beans on toast and say that's better.
Yeah. Beans on toast.
Blood sausage.
I even saw one British guy that was comparing American beans to like the classic beans that he's used to, and he's like, these are way better.
And those came out of a fucking can.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, granted, there's probably talking about like the Boston style baked beans that have a shit ton of sugar in them. That's
Yeah.
probably why they taste way better, because they have a bunch of sugar as opposed to just fucking beans.
Beans and tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Well, I do look at English dishes and I go, man, their food looks so boring and bland.
I've seen that one guy, Bosch, on TikTok. Bosch!
Oh, yeah.
And he goes and eats like, they're like these pies, and then it has like eel sauce on top of it or something like that. Looks so gross.
Yeah.
I bet I don't know, it just looks, everything is the same shade of color on the plate, so you can't really differentiate what is mashed potatoes and what is syrup, and I don't know. It looks
like
gross.
When your food looks like you're looking at it on a black and white television and you can't tell the difference.
It's kind of like going to the Cracker Barrel. Everything's a beige color.
It's like, I was making a joke the other day in the truck, and my daughter was like, I was like, God, Cracker Barrel food fucking sucks. I don't care. It sucks. She's like, I like Cracker Barrel. I was like, get out. I'll go to the original Pancake House. I'll drop you off at the Cracker Barrel. How's that? Yeah. I haven't been there in years because their food fucking sucks.
I mean, I've been there like 3 times, and everything kind of tasted the same, and it was just like, so there's no seasoning, or is this what we're doing now?
I think it's just all cooked in the same pot.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. Like, yeah, I made pancakes in here. Yeah, make a chicken fried steak.
Yeah. You know, you can take the same ingredients and just put a little bit of this and that in it to make it taste totally different. It's like if you have the same ingredients, you can either make a cake or brownies just by how you do it.
It's true. I watched this video earlier. It was like a clip from a movie, and this guy was like, "Who puts paprika on chicken?" I was like, "I do, motherfucker, because I don't like boring chicken."
Yeah. I put like 10 different seasoning on my chicken.
Oh, same.
I can make it, yeah.
I put paprika in my eggs.
Actually, I use 11 herbs and spices.
11 herbs and spices. Put my glasses on.
Because that's the American way.
That is the American way. Eat nice, greasy, fatty chicken.
Oh, yeah.
I still fuck with KFC, man.
Dude.
My stomach hurts after.
Oh, yeah. I'll have the fucking mega shits after the... Have you ever been to the KFC buffet?
There's a buffet?
Yeah.
What?
That KFC on like 41st South and State Street. It's like the original.
The original?
The original
They
KFC.
have a buffet?
Yeah.
What? See ya.
It's like $11 or something like that, and then you just all you can eat chicken.
Dude, I was
biscuits,
sifting through getting all the fucking drumsticks.
Yeah.
A mound of their shitty mac and cheese that I still love.
About 45 biscuits.
Yeah. Just pouring fucking honey packets into a container just to dip.
Mm-hmm.
Bet. I'm going to call into work tomorrow.
I can't. I'm calling in today hungry. I'm calling in tomorrow sick.
Yeah, I've just been laying in the bathtub because I just keep pooping. Just letting the water.
Got the drain fully open. Fucking water just trickling.
I don't have to waffle stomp it because it's already just liquid. Gross. Anyway, I love being an American.
Me too.
I couldn't imagine living in another country. I'd love to visit other countries,
Yeah.
but America is home.
Yes. I mean, maybe it is a thing where like a lot of people are trying to get to some other country, but here in America you see all these people wanting to come to America for a reason.
Yeah, isn't it strange? It's like these already wealthy celebrities talk about leaving the country because the person they wanted to get elected didn't get elected, and the person they didn't want to get elected got elected. So they talk about leaving. Fuck you still doing here?
Yeah.
See ya. We've got lines of people from all over the world who want to live here. You can leave and give them a space.
Yeah. You can even just break up that whole estate that you have, that you live on, into like 15 different apartment complexes where we can fit more people.
Your 42-room mansion would house 42 plus immigrants.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that you care so much about on social media, but not in real life. So, you know, we all have misgivings about our immigration system. There's ways to make it better. There's ways to change legislation to make it
Faster?
maybe not faster, but more efficient.
Yeah.
To let people into the country, but we should also legislate that only so many get in.
Mm-hmm.
And we do need to have a stronger deterrence for people who do come here illegally.
Yeah.
Every other country has immigration laws, but we're the bad guy for enforcing ours. I don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But it is the political landscape to be like, oh, Trump's putting people in cages in these detention centers where these women are being assaulted and all that. And it's like, you're cool with it when Obama was doing it, but when Trump's doing it, you have a problem. And that's not saying I support one or the other. That's saying your hypocrisy is out of control.
Yeah.
It's you're either for illegal immigration or you're against it. That's the line you need to stand on.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no problem with people immigrating from any country as long as you just go through the steps. My family's done it.
I think the steps are stupid right now. It's ridiculously hard for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it costs a lot of money. Now, on one hand, I'm okay with that because, like, if you really want it, you'll work for it. But on the other hand of it, it's like, how many Arnold Schwarzeneggers are we turning down from coming here who would become wealthy and powerful and do amazing things? Mm-hmm. Like, how many people are we losing that would actually come here and create a new cuisine, who are going to add to our cultural value because the system is too difficult? So it's finding the balance of the legislation versus the punishment of illegal crossing.
Yeah. Well, there's even like little on a smaller scale of like you have somebody who has been here in America illegally for maybe 10, 15 years and has worked various odd jobs and is a hard worker and hasn't committed crimes and shit like that. They should be they should be pushed through the system faster. Like if they want to become legal, I've been here for so long. I'm sorry that I wasn't legal before, but I want to become legal and push that paperwork through, because that person's not going to all of a sudden like turn into a criminal, or that person's not going to all of a sudden like become a CEO of something. They're going to do the same thing they were just doing for the last 15 years. They're going to do what they know. They're going to work hard and be productive members of society. Like, that's all we can ask for, really.
Same thing with people who came here as small children. Let's say they immigrated from Mexico at 3 years old. Their parents like carried them across, and they're 25 or 30 now. You're going to deport them to a land they don't even know. I don't think that's right either.
Right.
I think there's an exception, like, especially if you came over 3, 4, 5 years old, you didn't even know what was going on.
Right.
You were probably still shitting in a diaper, who knows? So trying to send you back to a land that
you've never lived in, really.
You've never lived in, you don't know. Like, you've only heard tales of, and you're as American as they get. You speak English, and you work a job, and you've been to American school. Like, just grandfather them in.
Yeah.
Now, there are flip sides of that of, like, I don't think everybody's abuela needs to come over here, especially, like, what are you going to do? You're 85 years old, you know what I mean? But we should fast track younger people who have prevalent futures, kids who show an aptitude for science or mathematics or whatever. Let's bring them over and get them into scholarship programs and teach them some skill that may benefit the whole of humanity.
Yeah.
The person who cures cancer may be a Mexican immigrant, but we'll never know until we start gambling on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's
well, they already have a cure for cancer. Just gonna throw that out there.
There's like 7 cures for cancer.
I've seen it on TikTok.
I've seen
a bunch, dude. I'm cancer free as of right now.
Oh yeah?
No, probably not.
I'm sure I got some in there.
Yeah, there's something going on.
Well, Stephen Greer did one of his documentaries. He highlighted some of those cancer treatments that were like non-drug and non-chemo related, and those doctors who were doing that just got shut down. Mm-hmm. It's terrible.
Yeah.
That's a thing America needs to knock their shit off on. And all these forbidden technologies that would change our planet, like steroids and hydrocars and non-invasive cancer treatments, like, yeah, they're going to cost a lot of money to people who are making money on the treatment and gas prices, but fuck it.
Yeah.
We got to start change somewhere.
Well, that goes into the same thing of like investing in these different companies that like, because a large portion of the funding that goes into campaigns comes from pharmaceutical companies. Mm-hmm. Pharmaceutical companies get their money from people paying for medicine that they keep them treated with and not cured with. Mm-hmm. So they make legislature and create laws that benefit them, the people that put them in the power.
And then you just black bag everybody who's using alternate treatments and saying they're crackpots and kooks and shutting them down.
Yeah. Just
so that you keep the people that are sick in treatment instead of a cure. There's no money in a cure. Even if you charged $1 million a patient for a cancer cure, you're still going to make more in treating them.
Yeah, especially if that cure really has to do more with diet and exercise.
Which more often than not.
You can, not making any false claims here, trying not to anyways, and trying not to get black bagged myself here.
Well, I think I could say this without catching a black bag. I think mortality rates amongst all viruses, diseases, physical ailments, all come with curing comorbidities. Obese people need to lose weight. We all need to get exercise and sunlight and hydrate our bodies you'd be surprised how healthy you can be just by not being unhealthy.
Well, also having truth and transparency in what is actually in the food that we're eating, and like not putting all these fucking crazy chemicals into a loaf of bread because you want it to last 5 weeks on the shelf.
Yeah, which you're going to throw out anyway.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a tax write-off. Yeah. There's, I don't know. The whole RFK thing with him, like, leading the charge on making us healthier, I think got kiboshed because people stopped liking RFK.
Yeah.
And to me, that's silly as fuck. Like, he was still doing good work, and there was still a lot of things that were in the pipeline that I don't think are going to happen now, like forcing fast food to cook in beef tallow again instead of dirty oils, or banning dyes or different additives or preservatives into food that are actually unhealthy for our bodies. I want to see things like that come about.
Yeah. And you're seeing it in different places, like different brands of foods are seeing that people are more interested in buying these products that are more naturally sourced and have more natural ingredients in them. And so some of them are changing their products into these more healthier versions of whatever it is that they're selling. You're seeing that a little bit on a small scale, but like, if they actually made it a law that you couldn't put these fucking things inside your foods, then I think that would help. It'd be a good place to start.
I think it would, with big agriculture and the big meat companies like Tyson, forcing them to do the right thing and basically holding their bottom line up above their head to say, fix this or you're done, is the only way to go. Because if you let them keep doing what they've been doing, they will do it.
Yeah.
But if you force their hand to be like, no, you make a healthier product, or we're shutting you down altogether, and we have the ability.
Or even just make it a law that you have to say what it actually is that's in there, and then people do their own research. It's going to take learning what is in your food for each individual, but I think if people would learn what it is that they're eating, they might, oh, this causes cancer, this causes cancer. Yeah, I definitely don't want to eat these chicken wings because there's this version right here that's just raw fucking chicken that I can make in the same way, but I don't have to have all these extra added shit in there. If we start buying differently, they'll start producing differently.
I agree. It's just hard because the economy is so bad that it costs more to buy small scale.
Yeah.
Like, it's way more expensive to go get steak from a small butcher than it is to buy it from Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the problem. Where if the price of steak skyrocketed at Walmart, but the local butcher was like, I'm going to lower my prices, he's going to have a line out the door.
Yeah.
It's just smart economics. Like, if I owned a business that sold a competitive product, whatever it is, let's say it's soda pop, because you know how expensive soda pop is now?
Yeah.
It's like when you get a 12 pack, it's $1 a fucking can for name brand. It's ridiculous. Now, if I was making soda pop, even like the mom and pop store-bought brands, I would knock that shit down to like $2.50 a case. I was selling cases like hotcakes.
Yeah.
Same thing with alternative foods. Well, I shouldn't even call them alternative. Healthier choices of foods like organically processed or sourced. Let's sell that shit cheaper than what the big guys are selling it for, because I'm going to sell a lot more.
Yeah.
I would rather say I ran out of stock because I sold everything than be like, yeah, I charged a little bit more, but I had to throw a bunch away.
Well, it's like these pop-up, you're seeing it now with like, well, I'm seeing it now because I'm a fat fuck that follows these stupid trends like pop-up pizza shops and shit like that like, they're only open one day a week, and it's at this location at between this time and this time, or this time until we sell out. And it's like, okay, they go in there, make a super premium product, and then sell it for a regular fucking price, and they sell out super quick because it's super good.
Zero waste.
Yeah, zero waste, and they make a killing in that one day, and then they just prep for the next week.
Yeah, and you're getting a good non-processed product. You know, like when you buy pizza from a big pizza chain, all their crust is pre-made. They basically throw it all together, throw it in an oven on a conveyor for a minute, and then it's done. And it's shit. Versus if you go to like Slackwater or the Pie, their pizza is fucking bomb because it's handmade with fresh ingredients.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it's comparably priced.
Yeah.
So the big chains can really do the same thing if they wanted to. And in fact, I think Pizza Hut should have, because their pizza is stupid expensive and it sucks now.
I haven't had Pizza Hut pizza in a long time.
Me neither, because it's expensive and it sucks.
Yeah, even though there's one of the last like actual brick and mortar sit down Pizza Huts in Tooele. It's like one of the last ones left.
You know, if I ran a franchise like Pizza Hut, I would bring that back in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
With the red cups and arcade games and the whole 9 yards. You'd get so much more business. Like, we live in this culture where convenience is king, right? Now we're kind of on the backside of that, where we want to go back to some of the more inconvenient things, like going to restaurants instead of DoorDash.
I think it's our generation that is having kids and stuff now remember that time, and we want to have those like memories for our kids, and so it's like we want to go somewhere that we're going to have an experience at, even if it's something like a sit-down pizza place or something like that, which, you know, we went to as kids all the time, or not all the time, but like I specifically have memories of going to Pizza Hut and, you know, places like that. And it's not just the pizza, but it's the whole atmosphere of like you said, the arcade games, the fucking red Pepsi cups or red Coke cups, or the blue Pepsi cups, I guess. But it's nostalgic, and you don't really have that in places anymore.
Yeah, because I would defy any person who's under the age of 20, like, tell me 3 details about one restaurant you remember going to, and they probably won't be able to.
Yeah.
But you and I can recall the cups and the texture and the food and like the way the salad bar was set
red pleather
up.
chairs,
the red pleather chairs,
stick to your legs.
The fucking everything was sticky and it smelled like cigarette smoke in there and
cigarette smoke and pizza.
That's what's missing in America is cigarettes. We were a better country when everybody smoked.
Everybody smoked Marlboro Reds.
Remember when
walls are sticky as shit?
You just see yellow shit just dripping down. You go to a restaurant. Do you want smoking or non-smoking?
Is there a difference?
Not really. You could smell it everywhere. Yeah. It sucks, but I do think we did live in a better time when everybody smoked cigarettes.
Everybody was much calmer.
Yeah. Now we're all vaping and doing pouches and shit.
Yeah.
Our great-grandfathers would be like,
Pussy. Grandpa, you haven't seen a pussy in years.
Still smoking cigarettes, though.
Yeah, bring some of those places back. See how it does. Now every chain restaurant looks the same. Sterile.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like a McDonald's now versus a McDonald's when we were kids.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was an experience.
Diving into the ball pit, either you're touching piss or puke, you don't know which one, but it's fun.
Could be like a fucking used diaper at the bottom, like, you know, we put it into this context to where it's like a joke now, but at the time we kind of lived through those things and it didn't bother us.
Yeah. Ew, a Band-Aid!
You just feel like, somebody threw a fucking diaper in here, yeet it at somebody else.
Right. And then hide under the balls.
And then hide it. They'll never see me in here. You know, just, it was a good time.
Yeah.
I miss the 90s.
Yeah, the 90s, late 80s. You see it now, like, in pop culture. It's like everything is showing this time of like, I don't know, cultural innocence of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
As being a great time.
It really was, though. Like, it was perfectly decadent
Yeah.
Because I was talking about this the other day, and this is a big thing about American culture, is like, we were better as people when we had less access. Because you think about, you only had so many channels, and people didn't like buy shitloads of movies. You didn't have streaming services. You know, you went to Blockbuster and you rented a movie and it was an event. Or if you wanted to hear a specific song, you had to listen on the radio instead of just pull up your Spotify, where it made those experiences so much more valuable because you had to put equity into it to get something out of it. And that's when we as people had more value for everything because things were more scarce.
Yeah.
Versus now it's like, oh, I want to listen to X, Y, or Z song, pull it up on Spotify. Oh, I want to watch a movie. Let me go look at my 8 streaming services I have. None of them ever have it, by the way. You still have to buy it on Prime or Fandango, which is always fucked because it's always the one movie you want to watch.
That's the problem with the search bar, is that you type it in there and then it like takes everything out of all of the services that you do have. And then, oh shit! Ooh, sorry, it's going to be $5 to rent this.
Or you can buy it for $25, even though the movie's 35 years old. You know, makes sense.
No, I think that's the draw. Like, I watch these shows like people that live off grid and shit like that, and they have such an appreciation for everything that they do and have, and I do really think that it's because in that situation you're limited to a few choices, and whichever one it is, like, you have 3 choices of what you're going to eat tonight. Either you're going to eat moose steaks or squirrel dicks or something like that. Either one, you're going to have a memory of when you went out and hunted this thing and killed it and put it in your freezer, and it's probably going to taste super good because it's the first thing you've had to eat all day long. So you have more of an appreciation for these things, which I get slightly hungry and pissed off as I drive down the road because I'm like, hey, fuck Taco Bell, fuck McDonald's, I don't want that shit. And I just have so many options that nothing is the right thing anymore.
I agree. It's like about half the time I put on a movie when I go to sleep, and the other half the time I just turn everything off. But it's like that 20 minutes before I go to sleep, it's just me looking for a movie that tickles my fancy. Yeah. And then it's like I turn it on, and I'm out in 5 minutes anyway. So it was like, what was the point?
I spent 20 minutes finding the right movie to fall asleep to. Could have got an extra half hour of sleep.
Yeah, versus like when I had a fucking shelf full of DVDs, I go, oh, I'm going to put on this movie tonight. And then you have to go get the movie and put it in the player and then wait for it to load and then push play. And then you're out in 5 minutes. Like, there was a little bit more gratitude for things, I think. Especially like Saturday morning cartoons. You had to wait for Saturday morning. Hey, dog, knock it off. You had to wait for Saturday morning to watch cartoons. Now there's like a multitude of channels where you can watch cartoons all day long. You can pull them up on YouTube or on Netflix or whatever. Therefore, none of them are special anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like Matthew McConaughey says, too many options will make a tyrant out of you. And I agree with that.
Yeah. I did try to go back with the releasing of the new He-Man movie. I looked up He-Man and it brought up the old cartoon, and it was like the first episodes on like Hulu or Amazon or some shit like that. And I started playing that, and it was really, really pretty gay.
I've never connected with He-Man. Even when I was a kid, before I knew what gay was, I intrinsically knew that show was gay. It always seemed silly to me, this dude in a fucking loincloth, while everybody else is like fully dressed. And
wearing cloaks and fucking armor and shit.
Meanwhile, this guy's got like a bob haircut.
Pass.
How else am I supposed to show off this physique?
I've got armor.
You know how many push-ups I have? This. You know how many push-ups I do in a day? I am not covering up.
I actually put on one episode, watched like 10 minutes of it, stopped it, and then like the Masters of the Universe movie popped up.
Oh, with Dolph Lundgren?
With Dolph Lundgren. So I put that on and watched like maybe 15 minutes of it. And my daughter was like, this movie's really dumb. I was like, yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Like,
I watched it a couple years ago and I went, man, even as a kid I thought this movie was stupid. It's even worse now. Ooh. So that's when people are saying the new He-Man movie's good, I'm like, that's shocking to me.
well, it didn't really have to do much to be better than the old ones.
That's true. It's just, to me, just a stupid IP
Yeah.
in general. But anyway, the movie theater is a great American pastime too.
Yeah, used to be for sure.
Not anymore. Like, I went to the movies last night to see Disclosure Day, and it was like $20 for tickets. I think it was like $19 for the tickets, and then we each got a medium drink, and I bought a medium popcorn, and that was like $22 right there. So it was $42 to go see a movie, and I'm not going to touch on the quality of the movie because most movies these days kind of suck anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But man, you remember like when you were a kid, going to the movies was an event.
Yeah.
You're like, this Saturday my dad's taking me to go see fucking Die Hard 3,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Like that was cool. And of course it was still kind of expensive for the time, but it was an event. You look forward to it.
Yeah.
You had memories of it. In 10 years, I am not going to remember going to see Disclosure Day. I'll remember the movie, but I probably won't remember the event.
Yeah.
So I think we've kind of lost touch with what a lot of America was.
Yeah.
Just because we've got too much.
We've got access to instant gratification everywhere we turn, and no matter what it is that you want, there's an app for that.
There's an app for that, or you can order it.
Yeah. So, yeah, we shut everything down. Fuck it, shut them down, you know. No more DoorDash, no more fucking Grubhub.
That's why I say if Disclosure came about, whether it's aliens or Epstein, and it crashed the whole system, good. Let's get back to center, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. We have to relearn what work and gratification actually means.
Yeah, because if we can't have Uber Eats and shit like that anymore, we're going to be okay. We lived just fine without it before.
Yeah.
So, I still love my country. I'm still an American.
Me too.
So,
I don't want to go anywhere else.
same. I want to visit other places,
Yeah.
but I want to come back home here.
I like to visit, like, Japan,
Japan, Australia,
Australia.
Scotland.
Scotland for sure. That's about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think we covered it. I think we talked about America in its purest form, the goods and the bads, as moderate people in this day and age where everybody is so polar. I feel like we sit kind of in the middle.
Yeah, my overall assessment is I think that America and Americans are good. Want to be good. Could be way better.
I agree with that assessment. I don't think we have the amount of evil people that a lot of people want to believe. Just because somebody disagrees with you doesn't make them evil.
Right.
I think most people at heart are good and have good intentions. We're just terrible at execution.
Yeah.
So do better. Fuck.
We're talking about you, not us. Our opinions are correct and yours are wrong.
Doctors.
Doctors here.
Fuck. We're out here solving problems and like digging down to the meat and bones of things to like give answers and solve real problems here. So everybody else, pick up the fucking slack. Let's go.
We're the ones thinking about it. You don't have to do the thinking. Just know that we're right.
True story. Doctor.
Doctor.
Later, Tater.
Bye.